All right, guys, welcome back to Through Our Eyes. On today's show, we have Morgan Griffin, Tyson Bell, Carter Smith, and Kwesi McCarthy.
Morgan, how do you cope?
I cope through laughing, like making jokes about it, or eating, sleeping, and just shutting people out.
How I cope is I just sleep on it to the next day and think about what I did.
Okay.
Well, the way I cope, I'll say maybe listen to music, sleep, stuff like that.
Okay.
Just play games sometimes, eat cereal, and sleep.
Okay.
All right, so we'll kick it off with you, Kenneth. What don't parents understand?
Okay, what parents don't understand, I feel like, is they're trying to force things onto us that don't really need to happen now, like adulthood, and trying to make us like become older than we actually are at times. Like, I feel like they don't need to do that, especially depending on how young we are. Like, that's just how I feel personally.
Personally, I feel like parents don't understand that our silence is okay, and sometimes we just don't really feel like talking or expressing ourselves, and that they expect too much from us.
I feel like they don't understand that we have opinions too. Like, we're not trying to disrespect you, but we have opinions too, and we're gonna express our thoughts if we feel like if that's wrong or if that's right, personally, in my opinion.
So, Kenneth, why do teens act differently around their friends?
Okay, why do teens act different around their friends? Very simple. Their friends know them better. Like, sure, my mother birthed me and all, and sure, my dad was there in the process, but after I'm a baby and stuff like that, the kids at school know me better than my parents at times. And it's the honest truth. My parents are always gonna act like they know me more, but in actual reality, they really don't. I just like my friends a lot better at times. I'll never forget my mom.
I hope you have a place to live after that.
Personally, I feel like teens act differently around their friends because their parents demand respect, and they think it's like disrespectful if you're like just joking around, and they'll just see it as you're disrespecting them, and then they just give you a lecture about it. But around your friends, it's people who understand you, and they're around your same age, so they understand what you're going through, and it's just easier to talk to them.
I think about it both ways. Like, I really don't act different around my friends, but my connection with both my parents and then my friends are like totally different. Like, my friends kind of understand me more than like my parents, so I can tell them more things that I can tell my parents, but at the same time, I can tell my parents more things that I can tell my friends, like more personal things that's going on. If I set the kitchen on fire, my mom will be like, get out of my kitchen, get out of my face, don't talk to me.
Tyson?
If I set the kitchen on fire, my dad would be, okay, you're grounded, just don't talk to your mother so you won't die. And my mom, I just would hide from her.
All right, Tyson? Take it out.
Alright, so it basically depends. If the kitchen was on fire, they'd be like, and they wasn't home, they'd be like, what? I told you not to turn on the stove when I'm not home. You shouldn't be doing this. Not the oven, not the stove, just the microwave. And I'd be like, okay, I forgot. But if it was like still on fire and they wasn't home, oh yeah.
The house would burn down. If I started a fire or like burnt the kitchen down or something like that, my dad wouldn't be mad. He'd just be disappointed because he told me about it already, like how to do this and that. And my mom now, she just look at me and shake her head and just do it herself, and probably like don't talk to me for a day or something like that.
Morgan, what does support mean to you?
Support to me means like respecting my decision when I do something, and just having my back behind it, and just making sure that if I'm happy, you're okay with that.
Support means to me is having somebody's back when they're feeling down so they can look them up.
What support means to me is like having someone that you can lean on, and like someone that understands you and that cheers you on.
Support to me is really like checking up on somebody, making sure they're okay, being there for them.
Hakeem, what's it like being a black teen in America?
It's pretty chill. I don't really have problems with anybody being racist to me because I do go to a diverse school. So I have some diverse friends who are like, not black or anything. So I really don't have a problem or anything.
What is it like being a black teen in America? I'm gonna say this bluntly, but at certain times, depending on where you go, a good bit of racism, a good bit of stereotypes. Especially, and you're gonna laugh at this. It's even from your parents. They're gonna be even a little bit more stereotypical of you, because they're gonna be like, "You a black male, you can't be doing this." They're already wishing down on our name, so you gotta act smarter and do this and that. So,
I mean, is that acting down on your name, or is that trying to prepare you for the real world?
I mean, it is, but I feel like I'm too young for that type of stuff.
You feel like you're too young to be prepared for what the world's gonna throw at you?
I mean, if I've already been taught about it, I don't need to be lectured about it again. That's the thing. They just constantly bring it in and bring it in. Like, I've heard you say it once. I don't need to hear you say it like 50 million more times.
For me, being a black teen in America is pretty chill. I'm surrounded by, my people. But, there's also some diversity. That's cool. The other races, they be cool too, But then, it's also a little bit of problems, racism and stuff. But it's not too much. It's starting to let up just a little bit in some places.
You see other things happening in America to other black teens with profiling from police officers and things like that. Do you guys think that it will never happen to you, or just because it hasn't happened to you, you don't think it affects you, or what are your opinion on that?
Oh, I know there's a very good chance of it happening to me, but I doubt, like, by the time I'm older, it's still going to be around and the problem's going to be fixed by then.
You think it'll be fixed?
I hope so, but I know it could happen to me, and I very well know it can happen.
Okay, anybody else?
I don't think it would happen to me, but I feel like with all the stereotypes and something, it could be me. But, like, my parents have prepared me for police situations, so as long as I just do what I'm told, I just feel like I'll get out of it and be safe.
So you do think that some of the preparation your parents have given you will definitely help you for some of the things you're going to face?
Yes.
Yeah, what do you agree specifically with?
Basically like how it could happen to me, and my parents, like, they prepared me for it happening, so I'll know what to do in that situation.
Real quick, do you think that where you live has something to do with why you haven't been faced with certain situations?
Oh, most definitely.
Yes.
Most
Yeah?
definitely.
So tell me more about that.
Okay, so if we live in Beverly Hills, automatically you're gonna have a lot of respect. People, they're like, oh no, she got money, she good. But if you live in the hood, people are automatically gonna think you're ghetto, ratchet, selling drugs, stuff like that, and you're already gonna be stereotyped. So you're gonna be on the police's radar, and just by looking at you, they're gonna suspect something.
Okay.
Yeah, like, I used to be in Alabama, and things in Alabama with my friends there and here are a lot different. Like, here you'll hear a lot of jokes about some of the stuff. Over there, you'll hear some of the stuff like, that will actually happen, it's actually true. It's not joking, it's real. Or another example, like, here it's kind of chill, especially where I live, but go down to a certain place in Florida, you are not going to make it out. That's just how it's going to be.
What don't you feel like you're prepared for the real world? Like, what else do you think you have to learn? What are you not prepared for? Start with you, Hakeem.
I'm not prepared for driving.
I'm not prepared to get married.
He kind of set me up for this one, so kids.
That boy is
Kids, because hold on. Oh, okay, because parents, of course, they're gonna be like, okay, if you're gonna do it, you're gonna need this and that. But they ain't finna like, but they just do it quickly. They ain't gonna give you like a full rundown. And school don't do it either. Like some schools don't, most of them don't. And parents just do it quickly because it's like, oh my gosh, I'm an embarrassed parent. Like, yo, like, it's just weird.
And you know what the crazy thing is? So like, it's like the way your parents treat you right now. When you get grandkids, they like when they get grandkids, they gonna treat them completely different. Like
They gonna act like they gonna
they
spoil.
gonna spoil them till they grown.
You know, that is
Even when they grown, they're still gonna spoil them.
I'm not even gonna be in my parents' will at that point. It's gonna be on my grandkids.
Questy, what do you feel like you're not prepared for?
like probably like moving out the house and getting my own house. Cause I don't know if I'm gonna make money. I don't know if I'm gonna get a job. I'm kind of scared. You know, every time I think about it, I'm worrying like, oh, I better text my dad and ask him about this. Oh, what's
That's
it
why
easy
you
for
gotta
you?
get a friend to move in
It's
with.
stuff like that.
Skip me.
Okay, so real quick, I'm gonna ask you a question. What did you say?
You skipped all that.
Did I skip you? I thought you were already jumping in there.
I feel like when I'm not prepared for it, like having to pay like all the bills and like say when you get older, you wanna have a Netflix subscription and like just all that stuff, and plus you got water bill, electric bill, like all those other bills.
Oh my gosh, it's a cheerleader.
Like you have to be able to manage that, like manage your money and stuff. I'm not ready for that yet.
Carter, you sneak out and you get stranded.
If I was to sneak out, you know, get stranded, I would probably call my mom because my dad. Actually, no. Let's change it. I would call my dad. Cause my mom, she'll have everybody. Like I'm talking about, she'll text everybody, call everybody, post it, everything. So that's why I'm not going with my mom. But if it was my dad, he'd probably be like, "What? Where you at? How you do that? How you get there? What did you do?" And I'd be like,
Yeah, he's gonna be like, are you stupid?
I'll give my mom's impression, and I personally just feel like she's gonna be like, where are you? Why did you leave? What made you do these things? I'm taking your phone. Are you okay? And then she's gonna be like, okay, I'm coming to get you. And then after she gets me, she's gonna yell. And she's like, are you fine? Don't do it again. Yeah.
Carter, you fail a class. Give us an impression of your mom or your dad.
this one, I'm gonna go with my mom. My mom's reaction, she'll be like, "Hey Carter, how was school? I mean, it was good." Be like, "How are your grades?" I'll be like, "They're good, Mom." She'll be like, "You sure?" I'll be like, "Yeah." And then she shows up screenshots on her phone of, you know, the grades. And then, you know, then we'll talk about it. She'll get mad. She'll be like, "I'm gonna need your phone, your iPad, your TV, and what's it called? No game." And then that's when she said, "Go upstairs, take all of it out of your room, and go put it in my room." So that's what I was gonna do. And she'd be like, "You come sit right next to me, and then you're gonna take your computer out and do this work." Like that shit.
Well, my mom would be on me like she had a tracking device on me. My teacher would call her and she'd run up to the school and beat me. Like, boy, I know you can do better than this. You was in 4th grade, you got all A's and B's. And she said, no Xbox, no phone, no nothing. Just sit in your room and think of what you've done.
Best impression, mom or dad? You need money.
I feel like my mama gonna be like, "You need money? Go ask your dad. Go ask your dad for money."
Kenneth, you wrecked the car. Give us the best impression or reaction from mom or dad. You wrecked the car.
I'm gonna go with my mother again. Why not? I think my mother would be like, "Oh my baby, you alright? You got hurt? Hold on, let me check your neck. Is it hurting? Whoever crashed that car, we got sue him. Is your neck hurt, baby? What about your legs? What about your arms? You know you stickly. You know you can't survive much. That's why you didn't put you in football. Baby, you okay? Oh my baby, my baby." Yeah, I think that's how she would do it though.
But I just personally feel like my mom, she's gonna be like, well, you know, you do have a job too. You're gonna help me pay. But my truck's already paid off, so it's not too much. Just, you're not driving my truck anymore. That's it.
Questy, how much privacy do teens need? Pour your mask down for me. How much privacy do teens need?
It's based on how much trust the parents give them, and it's also based on the stuff they do. But yeah, they need a lot as they grow.
A whole day of privacy. Not a parent.
Just a day?
well, probably a whole year, because every time I hear somebody coming down the stairs, I'm just trying to mind my own business. Another person. What do y'all want from me? I came back home from school. I kept walking up and down the stairs. And like, can I at least get a snack in?
So let's talk about the pandemic really quickly. I know this has been a transition for us all. We've had homeschooling, back to school, and shutdowns, and our social lives have changed a whole lot and all that stuff. So who wants to jump in first? Tell me about your experience in the pandemic. We'll start with you, Kwesi. What's it been like? What's been hard? Anything that has been, how the pandemic has affected you.
So, in the starting, I've been missing home a lot because I haven't been able to be home in like 2 years.
Okay, so kind of give us a little backstory. So when you say home, where's home?
In Jamaica.
In Jamaica.
Because that's where my family's at, so I just want to be where my family's at, But then because I couldn't be able to, I was feeling sad a lot and stuff. And online school too. Online school made me not to sound stupid, but it made me feel stupid, because I wasn't learning a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it made it difficult.
Started when I was in 6th grade, and that was the second semester. And so we got 3 months in, and boom, we hit quarantine. It was only supposed to be for 12 days, but they ended up being the rest of the semester. Then we went in quarantine for we were quarantined the whole summer. So that means you couldn't go anywhere. So I was trying to be with my friends, couldn't do anything, go outside, I couldn't really do it. My parents, when they was to go to the store, we couldn't go or anything. And basically it had to be pretty much everything at home.
For school, it wasn't hard, but I knew I wasn't doing as good as I was. Because there was this one time, I was playing my game in the middle of class during virtual, and the teacher called out my name. And she was doing roll call, and she was like, hey Kenny, can you turn on your camera and say hello? I clicked out. I left the Zoom. And I got so scared. And to this day, my parents do not know. Well, not know.
Well, they know now.
I was in 7th grade when it happened. I went to school in the cab when it happened. So it was in the middle of track season. So it was fun going to middle school and stuff, seeing my friends, and then all of a sudden it happened. At first, me and my friends were excited about it because we didn't like going to school. So we was okay, we're gonna stay home. And then it just ended up getting boring. I'm like, what's going on? I thought this was supposed to be lit.
The most challenging thing was not seeing my friends or taking them places that would be fun for us, like main event. And I just felt so sad when I was just stuck at home doing nothing.
We'll start with Kenneth. Any final moments? Anything you want us to know about teens today?
We have feelings too.
Love it. Morgan.
We're misunderstood.
Okay, Hakeem.
Y'all need to hear our voice.
Hear our voices, which is why we have this show. So, great job. Thank you guys for being here.